remember. Okay. Why is Chicken Game open at a time like
chicken
this?
Chicken game. Yo, chicken game.
Well, hold on.
Stewie. Oh shit, it's Stewie. Look at him on the phone. I almost said TV, but it's his phone. Alright. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready too.
I'm ready too.
Okay. What? Say what? Say what?
Wait, what?
Thank you for saying what. Now I can rap. I got a butt. You got a butt. Also, look at us. I don't know what rhymes with also, but let's keep going. Here I go. Verse 2. Ice in my cup, make it real cold. Ice on my neck, make it real cold too. Yo. No ice in your cup. Your cup is warm. Your cup is warm. You like to swarm. Bees. All on my knees. Looking at you. Oh, bitch, please. Look at me. I'm the swag man. I'm Chan Man. I got the plan man. I said that in the first one. First podcast. Okay, here we go. Third verse. Here it comes. Never gonna stop. Never gonna go to sleep. Gotta look around. You're fucking me up, bro. I want to do a third one.
Okay, third verse.
Okay, well, fourth verse, technically.
Alright.
Alright. Fuck it, hood off. Here we come. How long is this beat? How long I got? Do I still got time?
You got like a minute and 20 left. You're good.
Yo, back in this bitch. I'm with Liam. He's my friend. Never gonna end. Podcast. Say it one more time, please. Got my friends with me, and I'm like, what's going on? Stewie on the screen, Stewie on the phone, looking at me, and I got the... Nothing. Nothing is rhyming, bro. What's going on? I'm trying again. I want a good freestyle. This time I'm gonna have a good freestyle.
Okay.
This whole first 30 minutes is just gonna be a good freestyle. For some reason, my lyrical miracle isn't flowing. In the very beginning, I think, oh my god, I think
Dude, you killed that one. That was epic, I thought. You just keep going for more verses. It's crazy. This is like
5 Fingers of Death.
yeah, just like 5 Fingers of Death. So you've been through 2 of them, but they're supposed to like all flow into each other. Drake type beat. Wait, free for profit. Wait, what does that mean?
What does that mean? Click on this one. That one says free for profit. What's that mean?
Free for
Who's this?
profit. Lil Baby X Quavo type beat. Quavo.
One of the Migos.
Oh.
I thought that was a picture of the dogs around the table for a second. Yep, free beats. Freak in the sheet. Not sheets, but one sheet. I only need one. Because I'm hot. I don't smoke pot. But I look around. Looking at you. You smoke pot.
Yeah.
I do not. No, sir. I would never do that. That is nutty. Alright, here we go. About to rap. Real slow, so I don't fuck up too much. Let my brain think about words. Think of them. Down, she, bouncy, to watch it. Sometimes I just heart in Chinese, cause I like to talk like Chinese man. Call him China man. I got the man, but my name is Chan. Back to the raps that I always say, the rhymes that I can't get out of my brain. I like to rap around the world, and I like to put the world on the girl, and put the girl on the world. Did I get the girl on the world? And when I have her on the world, then you understand that there's a girl on the world. Oh shit, I'm going to think about that one. Then I'm going to take a sip and rap a little more. I'm getting better by the second. There's not a lot of alcohol in my drink. This is the part where you say the chorus. Absolute banger.
Absolute banger.
Absolute banger. Yo, I'm back, and I got something to say. I like to hang out with Liam, and I like to pretend I'm gay. I like to suck dick sometimes, but not all times. Sometimes I like put it in my butt, but not all time. I'm not gay. You are a fag. You can censor that out if you want to, but I don't want to. Want to keep it in. I say the F word when I want to. I rap when I want to. I put my sweater shoes on when I want to. I go to work when I want to. I make money when I want to. I get on this track and spit when I want to. I like to have fun with my friends. I want a Benz. I want 100 friends. Then 100 Benzes. I got a Benzos. You just a friend zone. From me, you ain't getting your penis near my bunghole. No bitch. I just put myself in a K-hole. With your bitch. I hang out in the K-hole. With your bitch. I smoke crack with your bitch in a C-hole. We call it a crack hole. Lasts only about 10 minutes, but it's so nice. I want to smoke some more crack. I'm kind of like crack when I'm on the track. I got a pack of what? A pack of cigarettes. I don't smoke them.
That was a good one, dude. Practice makes perfect.
Great.
So, well, hey, what's on the agenda?
The agenda. First things first.
Yeah.
Do you think that we should have free healthcare in America?
I don't know, but that is part
The answer
of
is yes.
That's part of a very important discussion
Right.
that we need to all have as one community.
Right. And also,
Yeah.
we need to have another discussion. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
She sadly was born.
Yes.
Just the other day.
Get rid of her.
Yeah.
Can we get rid of her already?
I have a
Jesus.
sense that she's going to be trouble in the future.
Yes. You know, I once heard that she wasn't that great.
I once heard that if you get rid of Ruth Bader Ginsburg when she was a baby, she will never commit the atrocities that she did later in life. Like, there's like that Hitler theory, but it's like you think about it in a different way.
Right. She's like
I don't know anything about her.
Cambodia and genocide.
I don't know anything about her.
Pol Pot. Ever heard of him?
I think I've heard of him.
He was like a Cambodian guy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the leader of Cambodia.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. And he killed people because he
Killed
wanted to
a
make
lot of
them
people.
farm people.
That's crazy.
You ever heard that?
I actually
Or you have
one
heard
time for my job I had to film a lecture that was exactly
Pol Pot?
about. It was from the lawyer's perspective because I took him to court in like I got for crimes against humanity. It was like a lawyer who
On the behalf of who?
humanity like he's like
Like the UN or something?
yeah, and you get appointed case by case, but he was the guy who represented
The world.
the world against
Where do they
the
do?
Pol Pot,
Where do they
like,
do?
genocide.
Where they
group
do
of people.
cases like that at?
I don't know, some like maybe like Iceland or something.
I thought it was maybe like Geneva
Maybe Geneva. Yeah.
or
Something.
where's
culturally-
UN meet?
I don't know. That's a really good question. Maybe they meet all
Maybe
over
it's a
the place.
secret underground layer or something.
Under the Atlantis.
Yeah, I wish that the UN. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. It's a globalist thought.
What's
I gotta get these globalist thoughts out of my head.
you gotta start watching some Alex Jones. It'll kick it right out.
Sorry, I watched 4 hours of Communist Girl on YouTube. So it started off with when I'm at work, I'm always listening to podcasts and listen to YouTube videos when I run out of podcasts to listen to. And there was one of my recommended. It was like how to. It's like something about propaganda featuring Trump or something like that. And it was like a Fox News. He was showing off like a Fox News thing. He was talking about McCain and like how he's a loser and he doesn't like losers that because he got caught or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't fucking matter. He was talking about that, and then they showed like an MSNBC thing or something like that. That was like the opposite.
Yeah.
But they were both kind of shitting on Trump. I think that was the point of the video. I think the guy made it clear that he didn't like Trump, and he said, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am biased in this. And I was like, that's kind of cool. At least he's telling me that he's biased, and he's not pretending like he's not.
A lot of professors have done that. Just like up front, like at the beginning of the course.
That's probably where this white guy with a beard who proclaims to be an anarcho-communist or whatever.
How can somebody be like an anarchist in the United States though? Like, how can you really avoid taking part in all the other practices that happen to be a true anarchist and not be involved in what's actually what everybody else is involved with? You know what I mean?
They just think of, like Native American societies were anarchist societies.
Because really, though.
When I looked it up on Wikipedia,
I'm taking a class on.
When looked up on Wikipedia, like anarchism as a political stance is like not like total anarchy.
It's not total anarchy. Okay.
There's no need for Big Brother, basically. I guess it's basically it's kind of like libertarian to me.
Yeah, I'm a fan of libertarianism.
I'm a fan of libertarianism. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like,
Sons of Anarchy.
No, I was thinking about libertarianism. Have you ever watched that show?
No.
Me either. Okay, so let's not talk about that.
Yeah. Moving on.
I was thinking about the other day that I was thinking like, what should I define myself as politically? And I was thinking kind of like a leftist libertarian or like a liberal libertarian. I guess that's kind of redundant or whatever.
Yeah,
liberal libertarian. But when I say liberal, I mean like progressive, or maybe a progressive libertarian. Like pretty progressive on most issues. I'm a little backwards thinking when it comes to some things, but
slavery being one.
Yeah,
I know you're a big proponent.
Put it back. Put it back in rotation.
Yeah, and like tea tax. You want to bring back the tea tax and the shiny.
No, taxes are taxation is theft.
That's a really.
But slavery is.
Chandler, I've never heard that one before. Can you say it again for the people? Taxation
is theft. So like it's theft because they take money from you, then they make the road or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it'd be better if all roads were privately owned, and you had to pay $800 to travel on the road. And I think it'd be good if only the people who have money could go to school. I think that'd be good too. Oh shit.
You actually got me like thinking for real instead of just talking, so that's pretty cool. Yeah,
that's the problem with if it was that's the problem with anything. If it's 100% of one system, it will never. It can't work like that. 100% communism doesn't work. 100% capitalism doesn't work. 100% libertarianism doesn't work. Even though I don't think libertarian is a economic system.
Do you believe the 26th episode of Evangelion, where they say that there's a darkness at the heart of our soul that we would try to like scratch at and like get away from, but then also try to explain it, and that's like the unexplainable thing is like the nothingness at the base of the soul? Because we watched Evangelion.
Yeah, we watched all 26 episodes, and we finished with the last 2 tonight, and we still have to watch a movie. But the series of episodes from the anime are done. We don't have to watch those anymore.
No. And it'll be better. The movie will be better than the anime. It was animated, right?
It's got more money in it.
More money.
But do I believe whatever the fuck they said in the last episode of Evangelion? No. Well, for other people, maybe. But that's the problem that I have with the show is that I can't relate to any of that shit. Because I was telling Matt, like a couple minutes before we started recording, while I was taking Donnie for a walk, that everybody in that show has a lyrical miracle brain. That they're inside their brain. They're like, am I me or am I you? Or is it the world or is the world inside of me? My world is you. Oh. And do I hate myself? I hate myself because I want to be myself. And I was like, fuck you. I don't think like that. And I've never thought like that because it just, that's the kind of thing. It's like a tough hurdle for me to get over and take something as genuine and not like trying to sound deep.
That's why I was laughing through a lot of the end when I guess it wasn't supposed to be funny, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
There's some like because I look at like main character Shinji, like he's like a preteen or whatever, right? So or just a teenager.
He's like 14.
But yeah, like I had stressors at that point that I guess I thought were as big of a deal as Shinji's are. But looking back at it, looking at a 14-year-old being like, "Oh, what is the world? I'm gonna die. It's horrible." It's like. You realize how like ridiculous it is. So to me, when I was watching it, especially since it's like drawn and everything, it's hard to like accept that as like your basis and then try to interpret it after that, because it's like, I don't even want to think about that
right.
about those times, because it's like I'm over that.
I mean, I don't have a problem with looking back, but even when I was 14, obviously I didn't think like that. I didn't think about. I also have never been in a point in my life where I'm like, the world is against me, and like, I mean, I've been depressed before, but that's just because I felt like it was kind of like a black pill. I think it was because I was like black pilled at that time.
Yeah.
Maybe not black. Yeah, I guess black pilled. I just felt like nothing I do matters. Nothing, like, it kind of started with like watching something or watching a documentary. It's like, oh my god, the rich people they are in charge and I have no say. Therefore, what's the fucking point? But also, girls not liking me probably didn't help. But no, I don't think like that anymore. It's pointless. It's wasting my time. I'd rather think about cool shit.
Yeah.
Cool shit's way more fun to think about than, is this real reality?
Yeah, it's true.
I think
it's what we're talking about.
It's the only thing I could experience. So I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
That's my same thing with the like simulation theory or whatever. It's like, there's people at work talking about that. And they're like, oh, I love to think about, what if this is a simulation? And I was like, it seems like pointless. Why even talk about it?
There's no way to like prove it one way or the other.
Yeah, the only way that I can say doesn't make sense to me is that if this isn't real, and it's like all in my head, or it's all in like a simulation, I feel like the same rules as like a dream maybe, where I can do whatever the fuck I want, and it's just my mind keeping me in control. But I'm telling you right now, I've unlocked my mind, and I still can't fly, and I still can't punch through this wall and break into the lab that I'm actually in. It's not
like the movies.
Yeah, it's not like, because that's also just another thing. It's like humans made the idea of simulation,
right?
Or as far as we know, but I just choose to believe, why? Sometimes the simplest answer is the answer, and I think that the simplest answer is the perceivable reality is the reality, because it's what we can see. But also, like
the idea of simulation theory being something like natural but still atheistic or whatever, that's pretty weird, because it's like, if we were in a simulation, it'd be this exact same thing as a God situation.
Right.
There's like a higher thing operating on a higher level that controls what we do easily, and it's like the same thing.
Right.
So if it is a simulation, or if it is God, or if it's none of that, it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
Because things doesn't change anything.
That's the reason I don't like Evangelion. It's just a bunch of...
It could be deeper. I know I say it's a very deep show or whatever, but it could be deeper.
There's most things that I see that are deep, or they're supposed to make you think, I usually think, no, it's really not that deep. That's what I usually think.
Yeah.
I say, you're trying to make it deep, but it's really not that deep. That's kind of how I felt about Her.
But that's something I will never understand.
It's like, this movie's pretentious.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Her is a great film.
Everything's so aesthetically pleasing, and it's fucking
but that's
stupid
just part
and
of
gay.
The movie. That's
gay,
not
bro.
the movie. That's just part of it.
People just like the movie because Joaquin Phoenix knows how to read a script real good.
Yeah, Rooney Mara is also great in it.
I don't know who the fuck that is. You know what? Fuck every actor.
You didn't even watch it.
I did watch Her.
I bet you.
And I sat there.
Eyes closed.
I sat there and watched it.
Closed.
I will say this.
Your third eye was closed, man.
My fifth eye
pineal gland is getting all calcified.
That's not real.
Prune juice or something.
I will say that the way that you watch a movie and your surroundings and where you are in life obviously affects the way you view a movie at that time.
Were you like in a bad mood when you watched it or something?
I mean, I probably didn't want to watch it.
Right.
Because I wasn't the person who chose it. But it wasn't like I wasn't the person. I can't remember what happened, but I feel like it was one of the times where it was like, well, we're going to watch this movie. And I was like, I don't want to watch this movie. Like, we're going to watch it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But
Spike Jonze has something, though.
Oh, that's a Spike Jonze movie?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck Spike Jonze. He doesn't like people to say the N-word.
I didn't even know that.
He doesn't. Yeah, he got angry about Django Unchained because they said the N word in it.
Spike. Wait, what? Spike Jones.
Spike Lee. Spike Jones.
No. Spike Jones is not Spike Lee.
Fuck him. Fuck them both.
Spike Jones is like the whitest dude ever.
Spike Lee is who I was thinking of.
Yeah, not to say that Spike Lee's the blackest dude ever, but he's
black.
Very entrenched in.
He's probably
his own culture
Amdos
in a great way. What?
He's probably Amdos, American-born descendant of slavery.
Exactly.
Which is the people who need reparations.
Yes.
In my honest opinion.
And BIPOC.
No.
Yeah,
wait, what's BIPOC stand for
That's
again?
like Native Americans too.
What's BIPOC stand for?
Black Indigenous People of Color. Same idea. Black or Indigenous people.
Yeah, okay, there we go. I was about to say, there isn't any black Indigenous people in America.
Well, I think Ask Tom or whatever you call it should... what was the... Ask Com? Ask Cos?
Amdos.
Amdos.
American...
I think those are within BIPOC. I think
Maybe
BIPOC's the bigger idea.
Yeah. Okay, I believe you.
Yeah, but they both need reparations.
So who the fuck's Spike Jones? What else?
Spike Jones has a ginger mustache.
Name another movie he's done.
He's in Wolf of Wall Street, but he didn't direct Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie much either.
Dude.
That movie was like, woohoo, partying, it's awesome.
Okay, do you remember this one part?
Do you remember? That's a different movie, but same guy.
What was that?
That's Great Gatsby. When he
yeah. Okay, so do you remember in Wolf of Wall Street when Jordan Belfort is first getting his penny stocks and he goes into the one place with his pink slips? And there's the
little office.
Yeah, and he talks to the main guy who runs the office.
And I don't remember what the guy looks like.
Okay, well that's Spike Jones. And he says, if you sell $2,000 worth of this stock, I'll personally suck your dick.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And
that's Spike Jones.
Yeah, her sucks. Wolf of Wall Street is okay.
You suck if you think that hers sucks.
Yeah. I hope that there's someone else out there.
Wait.
Someone else out there who's seen the movie.
Yeah,
who'll agree with me. I'm the only person so far that I know of that doesn't like that movie.
When I stretched, I really just figured something out.
What?
Her is not the hill that I want to die on.
Okay.
I like the movie, but it's not like... I take back my previous statement. For the first time ever in this podcast, I think I'm having a little bit of a
revelation.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, that's your foot. I keep thinking that I have more foot space.
We don't have a lot of room yet.
No. Which movie? What are you...
You're talking about you didn't want to die on the hill of her. And why? You said you had a revelation. Why
right, yeah. That's the whole idea, is that I don't want to die on the hill of defending the movie Her, because it's a good movie, but I haven't seen it in a while is one thing. I have only seen it once is the other thing. And the third thing is that there's definitely something to what you are saying about the film, but it relies on an aesthetic a little bit more than the other elements. But I think it's still a really good movie.
I just didn't find it interesting either, from what I remember.
I like the sense of fashion in that movie. They made a really cool.
Oh, that's what I don't like.
But it was cool, man.
No, it looked like Kendrick Lamar fan dress.
What's wrong with that?
It rubs me the wrong way.
But have you ever you've seen A Clockwork Orange?
Mm-hmm.
And they dress a weird way in that movie.
Yeah, it's a little bit different though. You know, that's a little bit different.
Of course, it's not different, but it's like
it's not aesthetically pleasing as much. You know, it's like.
No, it's pretty. I think it's pretty aesthetically pleasing.
It's cool looking, but it's cool looking in a different way to me. It's like It's like
It's like when you sip your drink.
No, it's nothing like that. Fuck you. It's like her makes me think. People are like, oh, this is so nice. I can't wait for the future when everyone dresses like they're fucking retarded.
That's exactly what I
they
thought.
They don't know what year it is. Like, exactly, dude, it's not. They all don't they? Isn't everything like 1950s or 1960s looking kind of?
A little bit. I guess.
I don't
Theodore
think
Twombly is like.
What year is the movie supposed to take place in?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna tell you right now.
It could be like 2025.
It will never come back. I'm gonna go on record saying that the 50s, 60s like modernist like aesthetic will never come back in full force the way that it is in that movie.
In fashion?
Yeah. Like
I think it's totally possible.
No, not just clothing, but like all their appliances are like look like they're from that time.
No, not that movie.
Yeah, in Her, yes, it does. I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of fucking stupid colors everywhere.
No, everything's like new.
Everything sucks, and it's
yeah.
gay. Get it out of here. Clockwork Orange, it's like
Clockwork Orange is obviously a better
It's
movie.
like, hey, something bad happened.
They're all wearing white. What's going on with
And
that?
they don't look good because they're all in like long johns.
Yeah.
And the long johns don't look good.
It's so weird.
They're not really
It's one of the
flat.
weirdest.
I don't think they're flattering to the human physique.
So, are we going to talk at all about the Silver Lake?
Yeah, which we were supposed to recommend the last time, but
Maybe we
I
did.
think I know. I'm pretty sure I just got brain trauma and I couldn't remember anything. Okay, so we'll just say recommendation.
Official recommendation.
Yeah, Under the Silver Lake,
Yeah.
a movie on Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
It's free on Amazon
So if you
Prime.
have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, you have Amazon Prime, and then you can watch this movie for free.
Yeah.
And if not, you could probably rent it for $2 or whatever.
Yeah. Should we describe the movie?
I want to give it the backstory for the reason why I even looked into this.
That's why I was interested too, the way you described it.
So it's an A24 movie. My least favorite. What are they? A production company?
Production company.
Yeah,
exactly.
one of my least favorite production companies because they come out with movies that people I don't like really love, like Midsummer and Hereditary.
Okay, I'll shut up.
What other movies are A24 movies?
Like like a lot of the really good artisan. That's
the
a
problem.
fucking stupid name.
That's why
for
it sucks.
No, I used a stupid name. Shut up.
Get it out of here.
Backwards. I meant, I didn't mean artisan. That's a fucking type of bread. What I meant is auteur. Like, where the filmmaker is really in control and it's a really solid original movie.
Cool.
They make original movies, which is what I like so much about them.
Right.
Is that
they've made one really unoriginal movie and everyone thought it was very original.
But they're not
That movie's called
franchises,
Hereditary, and that movie is super fucking basic, and everything that's done in that movie has been done like a million fucking times in every other horror movie. And also, fuck Nate Wolf for Nat Wolf, and fuck his brother, too.
Okay. Whoa, buddy. Whoa,
Unless they want to come on the podcast, then in that case, I love those guys.
Can we get Nat Wolf and his brother on the podcast?
Nat Wolf and
naked, preferably.
What's the other one's name? Nat Wolf, and then the other one
Alex Wolf.
Alex
and
Wolf.
Alex is the one who's in the movie, I'm pretty sure.
Alex is the one in that movie?
I think, yeah.
And then the other one is in the Death Note movie on Netflix.
Yeah, he's in a couple other things.
Not as big of movies.
Yeah. But, dude, that's really interesting that you say that because I'll agree with you. Midsummer is horrible.
I never saw that one, so I don't know if that one's actually bad.
Well, okay, Midsummer's one of the worst movies.
A lot of people liked it, though, so I can't...
But I liked Hereditary.
Yeah.
Enough. Maybe 7 out of 10.
It
was pretty original and cool, and it was told in a... But what I didn't like about it, and what I don't like about any movie that does this, too sharp, too clean of an aesthetic. And Under the Silver Lake also had a very sharp aesthetic.
Isn't that kind of...
And it looks like everything shot on a phone.
Like a really good phone.
Yeah, but it looks like too sharp. It doesn't look like they're manipulating.
They gotta throw some fucking dirt on it, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. I'm gonna rub some dirt in your eye.
No, that's a good movie. But before I go to actually continue with Under the Silver Lake, I just want to say about Hereditary, the movie isn't bad.
No.
Just what I was sold on, and public perception. And anytime somebody talks about it being their favorite horror movie, it really rubs me the wrong way because I really like horror movies a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And when I hear that that's the one, and then I watch it and I say, yeah, I've seen this stuff before. This happens in every other horror movie. It's not like it took turns that I wasn't expecting.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cool parts.
You could tell that each one was going to be killed off, in a different way because that was more scary. You can't predict the way they're going to die.
And I didn't find it scary. What I do find cool is that I like I like demon shit, and so I like Paimon as he's a demon or a god. I'm not really sure, but
it's really similar to that really shitty movie Mama.
I didn't see that one, but I believe it.
That movie has a ghost that gets summoned, and a demon that gets summoned, and it goes to the mother, and it's like a very...
For a second, I thought you were talking about that robot movie that I did want to see.
Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams?
No. Oh, that's who that is? I always thought
what?
I always thought that looked like Robin Williams on the front of the
but
movie.
It's a robot.
But it's him. No, what I was going to say is... it's called Mother or something, I think. Maybe?
Yeah,
it's like the girl...
Jennifer Lawrence.
No, not that movie. A different one where she thinks that the robot's her mom. Because the robot raised her. It's like maybe like post-apocalyptic, but the robot's still around, and it's like raising her. I think it's like supposed to be a thriller or something like that, and I wanted to see it, but I never did. Doesn't matter, because what we're talking about is Under the Silver Lake. And A24 movies are notorious for letting the director do their own thing, right?
Yeah.
And like it's their vision. But
for the most part,
A24 decided this movie that this person was creating needed to be cut some scenes out, and then also silently put on Amazon Prime without any real advertisement or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I only heard about it because I listened to a podcast and they talked about the movie, and I said, "Ooh, that sounds like Eyes Wide Shut." So I want to watch it.
I read a little bit about it too, about that situation, and A24 claims that they were promoting other films at the time, like other bigger films that were climbing success. So they were like, "We don't have time, we don't have resources to put towards this movie."
Yeah, they don't have resources.
But that's not really how. I don't know. I thought that was kind of not genuine, but that did happen with Eyes Wide Shut as well. The only difference is, luckily, this director didn't die, during the process of revision.
Yeah. Well, also, people saw Eyes Wide Shut, right? So.
People saw it when it came out?
Yeah, like, they knew it was going to be... The caliber of director for that movie, he was already a big fucking director that people loved. I don't even know who directed Under the Silver Lake. I don't remember anymore.
And you never saw... What's that one where the STD kills people? And they
it happens.
It happened. No.
It
follows.
It follows.
Yeah,
I was going to say The Happening.
The Happen follows. The follower.
No, I did not see that, but an ex-friend of mine really liked that movie.
Really good film.
And liked the soundtrack for that movie or something.
Tarantino said that was like one of his most favorite movies from the 2010s, and it was his favorite horror film because of one sequence in particular where this lady... this guy has already infected her with the virus, and he wants to demonstrate to her what it is so that she can avoid it in life, because he had to pass it off to somebody. And he has her strapped to a wheelchair, and he's showing her the zombie that comes towards... Not a zombie, but like this entity that keeps going towards you. It follows you. That's like the premise of the movie.
It follows, actually.
Yeah. So she's like strapped to a wheelchair, and he's like wheeling her around, and the camera's on the wheelchair. And it's just like crazy. That's like the
wheelchair's
facing.
Is the camera facing her or facing away from
facing her?
Oh, okay.
So it's like, and he's pushing her, and it's a very cinematic experience there.
Okay, so Under the Silver Lake. Watch it.
Yeah, the sophomore film by the director. Yeah, okay.
I don't think we should say too much about it.
No, because it's really fun to just watch.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It reminds me a lot, if anyone has seen Inherent Vice, it's Inherent Vice told by a different filmmaker. In a good way. It's like, minus the weed, unless you think he is a stoner. I think that main character is autistic or something.
He smokes weed in the movie.
He does, okay. When does he do that? I remember.
What's that smell? That's what she says.
Oh, because he's been smoking weed.
And he blames it on a skunk?
Yeah, there's skunks that live around here.
Yeah.
But then he actually does get...
You're spoiling the movie.
That's not a spoiler.
You keep thinking everything's not a spoiler when you're talking about movies, but when you tell another thing that happens in the movie... It's
more of a defense mechanism, because I know that I already did ruin it, but I want to act like I didn't ruin it, so I just say, no, it didn't spoil it. And also, though, calling something a spoiler makes it more obvious that it's a spoiler, as if you treat it like it's not important, it won't matter when somebody watches the film.
Whoa.
That's what I try to do in the meta.
Well, I find that the only spoiler that really matters is like the big one of whatever movie there is.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like if the Star Wars one mattered, if it didn't come out fucking 40 years ago.
I have a story about spoilers. It's not a very long story.
I want to hear it then. Watch that movie and get back to us.
Yeah. What would you give it out of 10? 8?
I'm going to give it 8.2 out of 10. That was my initial score. Yeah. I thought it would go up the next day. And it might have gone up the next day, but then we talked about it 2 days later, and it got back down to 8.2.
Yeah, I think 7.5 or 8 is good.
I was pleasantly surprised.
But my story about spoilers. When Red Dead Redemption 2 came out,
I played that game.
I was
just wanna
hyped
let you know that.
for like 2 years before it came out,
Right.
about it coming out. And long story, to make a long fucking story short,
TLDR.
my friends spoiled it for me like 3 days after it came out, and I was going to get it the next day. And the only way that I knew they were spoiling it is because somebody said, "You spoiled it." And I didn't even know that they were referring to the game at all.
Right.
And I could give the specifics. Spoiler alert for Red Dead Redemption 2.
For the next
I guess it's old
30,
enough.
the next 30 seconds, if you haven't finished Red Dead Redemption 2,
Yeah.
which I haven't, but I already know the spoiler too, and I think most people probably do, but if you haven't heard the spoiler and you don't want to, the next 30 seconds or so, just skip ahead.
Yeah, so Peyton and Julian and I were just consuming smoke, and then it got our lungs all dusty, and then Peyton started
Got your
coughing.
lungs all dusty?
Yeah, because you're smoking. And Peyton started coughing, and Julian said, "Arthur." And I said, I didn't really care. And then Peyton said, "Oh, you're kind of spoiling it." He's like, "That's not a spoiler." And then he said, "It was bronchitis." And then I paid attention to the conversation. I put it together that Arthur dies, which makes sense because John died, and Arthur's not in the first game, which is after the, so it makes perfect sense.
It's really not a spoiler because
you could probably put it
he's not
together.
in the next fucking game, so obviously,
Yeah.
I mean,
But I didn't see it coming, and it
Yeah.
made it so that I could never fully engage with the story. It never seemed real, and I never cared about Arthur.
I think that if you played the game from the beginning, you could probably get into it.
I couldn't.
You could.
I did. I played it from the beginning, though. I played it all the way through twice.
Oh.
And, like, Arthur, I don't know. I
He's
played as a
cool.
bad cowboy because I didn't respect Arthur.
Right.
I knew he was going to
Kick the bucket.
kick the bucket, and so I started playing as a bad cowboy. Killing all the
When
women and
at the
everything.
end of the game, do you play as John or what?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never beat it, so I don't know.
The big mistake would be to make the third game where you play as Jack.
Which no one liked him.
Nobody liked him, so that'd be a really shitty game. But I could see it happening.
They could just make DLC for this one.
Yeah, DLC or the Guarma or something.
What's that?
Right, that's what they were.
What's Guarma? What the fuck are you talking about?
What's that island?
What island?
I'm quickly gaining a reputation for being bad with geography.
What island?
In the game Red Dead Redemption 2, you go to an island. I think it's called Guarma.
I don't remember an island, but
You do. You go to
Probably
like
did.
Cuba or something.
I probably didn't beat the game, so I don't know if that happened to me. The only place I really remember is that I'm like, oh shit, I'm like in Louisiana or something.
Yeah. You're not in the West.
Well, there's the West in there too.
Yeah.
It's kind of all like squished down. Kind of like
Red Dead Redemption 2 is a multi-platform AAA game that came out on PS4 and Xbox One
NPC.
and PC.
I think. Maybe it didn't come out on PC. Probably did.
Native resolution of 1080p.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No, just, talking about the game.
PS5 coming out.
PS5 coming out. Doesn't matter.
It does kind of matter, but some people are really upset that like the games that are coming out for it initially are going to be also released on PS4.
They're all old, too, aren't they? Like, GTA 5's coming out again.
Well, GTA 5 is coming out again, but that's also for free, which is cool.
The free part's cool.
So it's like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Everybody
no one
would
should
rather just have 6.
Yeah, but they don't have to do anything. They don't have to yell about a new game coming out because this one came out without us having to pay for anything, and you don't have to play it. But
That's
if you
true.
want to play it,
Yeah,
because
but people
play that online every single day.
Mhm.
Like I have friends on my friends list that are still playing GTA Online every day.
But people are like upset that that any resources at all were being put towards remastering GTA 5.
Well, I don't even think it got remastered.
It's just ported.
It's probably ported, but I think it's a
just
port.
so
But also,
stupid.
they probably will let it be like how the PC one would be.
Right, but
You know,
like
where
it looks.
the graphics can be higher resolution, and also the frame rate can be higher probably too. You can probably get up to 144 frames instead of just
That's crazy.
60 or whatever.
But who cares? The game looks great on PS4. That's what I think.
A lot of people care. A lot of dumb people care. But they were mad about that coming out. But it's like, why do you care? I think that's great.
Let's go deeper, man.
You can make the game look better.
Why
if you
does
want.
anyone care about anything?
Because internet tell them to, maybe. Maybe it could be that internet tells them to.
Can a modern man or woman get by without the internet?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just fine?
Yes. I don't need the internet to go to work.
No, you don't.
And I go to work, I come home. I would not be able to play the... Well, I don't know if you consider the internet like also like online gaming. Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
well
would
then.
say.
I mean, I could still play games.
I would even say like cell phones and text messages.
That's not the internet.
Sometimes it is.
Cell phones can be, but text messages isn't going through the internet unless you're on Wi-Fi.
Or unless you have an iPhone.
What? No, it's
iMessage
cell
goes
towers.
through Wi-Fi.
Oh, but not if you're on Wi. Not if you're not on Wi-Fi.
If you're not on Wi-Fi, yeah, it goes through
Wait, if
data,
you're not,
which is
if
internet.
you're not on Wi-Fi, does it blue text or green text?
Yeah,
Which is like the Android.
right. It's like cell phone data.
Oh, okay, so it's less quality.
Right, but I think that's still satellites and shit.
You know what sucks is that every time we start this podcast, I'm thinking it's cold outside, and Liam always has his windows open, but we have the windows closed because we don't want all that background noise of like the animals and the
But tonight it's
and
just
the folks.
chill.
But I keep making the mistake of wearing, one of these damn things.
You're getting warm?
Oh yeah, so I
Oh
gotta
boy.
take my damn shirt.
We can take a pause. Or unless you want this part on camera.
I don't care. I think I look better with a hat on and no fucking shirt for some reason. And we're back.
And we're back.
Okay, so fucking hell. I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck.
Do you think that
Shit. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I was just thinking. I was watching this thing on the Discovery Channel the other day.
Oh, thank you to our production assistant.
Oh, that's what you were gonna say. Yeah,
What
yeah.
I was gonna ask is, what does a production assistant do? Would this be something a production assistant might do?
Exactly. Whatever needs to be done on a
Set.
second to second basis. Yeah.
Well, thank you to our production assistant Olivia for making us new beverages.
Right on. Thank you, Olivia.
Go on with what you were saying if you can remember what you were just saying.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is that I didn't have a thing planned. I was either gonna say
This is
something
about Discovery
about...
Channel or something.
Oh, I did have a thing planned. Oh yeah. Okay. So the Discovery Channel. Except here's the thing: it wasn't that. It was on YouTube, and it was a video ranking the largest tsunamis ever in history.
The biggest one was probably the most recent one, right?
And the biggest ones are the artificial ones.
Like a wave pool?
Like, well, one of the biggest ones was they're building a dam in Italy in the 1900s, like 1940s or something. Building a dam, and they built it
And
into this rock, into this canyon, and they did it in a way where the saturation of the rock made it a lot less stable, so all the rock was less stable. Big old landslide overnight.
And they say
And
that's an artificial?
Yeah, so the big because it wouldn't have happened if they weren't constructing stuff on that mountain.
But it still happened. I think when I think artificial, it's like, I think intentional.
No,
Man-made.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, but that one was almost like 800 feet tall, I think, from the top of the dam. And a bunch of water came up, and then it slammed down on a town that was at the base of the dam.
And people...
And 2,000 people
wet.
died.
Oh, they died.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. There
And,
was
and you know what their last word was, right?
probably nothing there, sleeping.
No, somebody probably woke up and looked at them and said, damn.
Damn.
Because damn, you understand? Do you get it?
Oh, Chandler, that's
Yeah.
pretty funny. Do you think that... Okay, so if you're in there with your family, say, your big, huge family,
Italian family.
Italian family, and you're going out in the middle of the night to ponder
Take a piss,
existence.
take a leak.
Take a leak, think about the moonlight, things like that.
I don't think, but I do.
And you hear a big sound. But you kind of feel like you're the only one who hears it.
Right.
And you see the water fly up over the dam because it's coming up in the moonlight. You can see it. Now, you got about 10 seconds maybe before all that water lands. You don't wake anybody up, do you? You just kind of...
I guess
What would you do?
I guess the correct thing to do would not wake them up, right? Because there's nothing you can do. They're gonna die, or I don't know. Maybe you do. No, you try to wake them up because regardless if they're gonna wake up as soon as the water hits.
Yeah.
And they may not die. So they might have a better chance of survival if they had that couple seconds.
Yeah, it would be a little bit
conscious
better to like
so they don't suck
wake
in
up.
the water immediately.
Yeah, it would be good to like wake up.
Or maybe I just shoot them all. And be like, finally, I have an excuse to shoot my family.
It's just like a cloud or something. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, I just woke up in the middle of the night and I'm like having one of those situations where you see things that aren't really there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a tsunami, but it really was just the moon hitting the dam just right.
Last summer, I saw a tsunami, but it wasn't like water. It was clouds. But here's the thing. I got out of work. I was working on a food truck, and I was driving down into a valley, and I could see a giant sea of fog and a massive wave, like cresting, like coming out, about to crash. And it was a wave of, like, fog. It was the craziest thing. I have photos on my phone of it, but... and I'm not even joking, but that wasn't going anywhere. So let's just move on.
No, I did want to say that kind of makes me think is that recently I was when I take my lunch break, I sit in my car and eat my food because I don't want to be in the break room with all the weird people watching fucking football or Fox News or some weird jazz.
That's what it's like
or some weird jazz music on the TV while there's a guy that's from some Middle East country and he has like a million random weird foods. They're not weird foods. They'll be like, like today he was there and he had like a big fucking fried fish. He had a big thing of milk. He had pizza. He had a bunch of stuff. He like was there like an hour early before his shift, and he's always loud and singing loudly. And he's like, "What's up, my friend?" And I'm like, "It's kind of cool, but it's also really just fucking annoying." And I'm like,
"Yeah,
that's why we gotta,
Some people treat those community spaces like their own,
Yeah.
And they're only community spaces like that are only enjoyable if you can somehow do that.
Right.
Because if you try to treat it like, oh, I'm just gonna stay within my boundaries, it's not like
enjoyable.
Yeah, right. You kind of have to be a dickhead and just own it all.
You don't have to be like that.
No, you don't have to yell and sing. I guess
He's always singing.
What was he singing?
I don't know, some fucking song that no one knows, probably. Or maybe it was some song that we all do know, but we don't know it because he's singing it. There's also another guy at work, and I can't understand literally one word he says. And he always tries to talk to me. There's two guys. There's two guys like that.
We always try to talk.
There's one from another country, and he's always like, I'll get like one word out of like 50 words.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. I can't just say yes and no because I might be agreeing to help him do something that I have to do something. So it's really annoying. He always has to say something. Mm-hmm. He always says something. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he's saying. Then there's this other guy that I'm not sure because we wear masks, so I don't know what his face looks like. But I think that he has maybe like a fucked up face, fucked up mouth, maybe from surgery or a tumor or something like that. But
really?
Yeah, and I'm like, I only get like one word out of what he's saying, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? How do you help guests when they're in the store?
Yeah.
Anyways, what I was gonna ask you before I was really... Oh, wait, I forgot to tell that story. The whole reason of that story was that when I'm in my car, I for the first time saw that we live in an area where you can see clouds and they're not in the sky. They're like right above. It's not just fog, it's like literal clouds that I can watch clouds going by.
We're in a valley, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, those clouds are right above those people's houses, and they probably don't even notice it because they're right there.
It's pretty cool.
From where I'm sitting, I'm in the goddamn sky. Airplanes are supposed to be up here. Anyways, what I was gonna ask you is, do you have any nightmares that you can remember?
Yeah, I have one. The biggest one that I had that recurred when I was a kid.
I don't think I've ever had a recurring dream.
Really?
Maybe that's not true. I've had a recurring dream, but I don't remember it. I know that it happened more than once, but I don't remember it.
So this might be like one of those dreams that ends up coming true. Who knows?
I hope it doesn't. For your sake.
From when I was like 5 to when I was
25.
From when I was like 5 to maybe 9, I had this dream maybe 20 times. And it was... Okay, so it always starts out, I'm walking down the streets in red China, In a what?
In red China. The sky is red,
Oh, I think.
and it's also communist China.
Okay.
But it might be Chinatown in like New York. I don't know. But there's Chinese
Red
signs
sky.
everywhere.
So there's a fire going on, just like what's happening right now.
Oh, I didn't even think about
But
that.
not in China, but in
Yeah. Okay.
the West Coast.
Oh,
You could be in
goodness.
LA.
Yeah,
You
I'm
could be in
gonna try not to
Chinatown
overthink
of
this.
LA. Go
I
on.
could be in Binghamton just looking
You-
at a Chinese restaurant.
You could have been seeing the future. Before you go on with the story, you could be seeing the future of another person's reality.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, go on.
So it always starts in that setting, and I'm like a kid walking down the street, and I might be walking with somebody, but I'm by myself in a way. You know, I might be walking like with a friend or with my mom or something in the dream, but I'm just completely on my own, and it's kind of like the walk cycle in the SpongeBob Lost episode. Do you remember that? It's a very obscure reference, but those who get it will get it.
Is that like Squidward's suicide?
No, it's when he's dun, 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 dun.
And he just walks for a long time?
And he walks for a long time, yeah. So it's like that. And then across the street, there's a guy in a long trench coat. He's about 7 feet tall, and he's walking the opposite way. It's like the scene in Eyes Wide Shut, where the same thing happens. And I'm like, notice him. And then as soon as I notice him, it goes to... it like zooms in on his face like in a Bethesda dialogue or something.
Right.
Like it's whoop, and it goes really square up on his face, and then he turns into Darth Maul. And while he's turning into Darth, like he takes off a hood or something, turns and he's Darth Maul. And then he gets taller and taller and taller and taller and taller. He's like 300 feet tall, and he's Darth Maul.
Yeah.
And he has this fucking lightsaber, and he chases me down the street, and I'm running away from him, and he's getting bigger and getting behind me and getting really close. And then somehow I run so far from China that I get to my neighbor's house at my dad's place in New York. And then I go into the place, and there's all my family there, and they're having like a brunch or something. And I say, oh my God, fucking Darth Maul's outside, and he scared the shit out of me. You guys, it's going to be crazy when you guys see this. And then they're all like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, it's there, man. It's Darth Maul. He's right out there. And they say, yeah, well, I don't see anything. and they don't like look at the window, but when I look at the window, there's nothing there.
There's probably got to be a word for that exact thing. Like,
what?
Because that happened, like, I've had the nightmares about, like, a killer in my house, and he's in the kitchen. Okay, so I'll just tell the story. For some reason, I didn't want to tell the story because some people listening, and I've told this story to you, but I'll just tell it again.
Yeah.
I'll tell the two that phenomenon applies to. One, I'm sitting in the kitchen, and my sister is making macaroni and cheese on the stove, and I'm just sitting. I wish I could. I can kind of reenact. Imagine my knees are up because I'm on the floor.
Yeah.
My hands are back, bracing.
Yeah.
You know, like that. And I'm just I'm a little kid, and there's a spider sitting on the sink, and it's just facing towards me. It's like walking across the sink, and then it faces towards me, and I'm just looking at it, and then it starts going like this, and I said, "Oh no, it's gonna jump. It's gonna jump on me." And my sister walks out of the living room, or walks to the living room, goes and sits on the couch with her macaroni and cheese, and the spider jumps and attaches. It starts biting me right here. And I don't know if you've ever had sympathy pain before.
The thigh. Yeah.
Yeah, for the audio listeners.
Yeah.
The upper thigh.
Yeah.
Hip, almost the hip.
Okay.
You ever had sympathy pain before?
What's that?
You like look at, like, what it used to happen to me if I looked at my cat who had one eye, I would have like this weird like pain in my, like my spine kind of.
Wow.
You're like, ah.
Maybe I felt that
It's
before.
kind of like,
I'm not sure.
it would hurt. Like, it's like you can feel someone else, feel pain that's not yours.
Okay.
You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense. I think I might have experienced
That's
that.
the kind of pain that's happening and when the spider's biting me, and
Oh
I'm
my God.
screaming for my sister, and she's just sitting there eating macaroni and cheese like nothing's happening.
Wow.
And I'm like, why is she not reacting?
Yeah.
Like, and the second dream is my sister and I are sitting in the living room, and we have a personal chef that's in the kitchen, and he's cutting up fresh produce or whatever. And I'm just looking over there. It's dark. It's nighttime. and the TV's like the only light, and then there's the light in the kitchen that must be just coming from a stove light. And I'm just looking over at the chef, and I don't know what he looks like, but in my head right now, when I recreate the dream, big mustache. He does have a chef hat. I know that he had a chef hat and then the whole chef garb. Doesn't matter, but I'm filling you in on exactly what's happening. I'm sitting on the floor, mind you, and my sister's on a couch. And I think she's eating something. Again.
Mac and cheese.
It might be the same mac and cheese. And I'm just looking at the chef, and a big, huge pot, like a cooking pot, in arms come up from behind the chef, and he just dumps acid over the chef's head. And I'm like, Chelsea.
Oh my god.
And she's like, just sitting there watching the show, and I'm like, yeah, we have to hide. There's a person that just killed our chef or whatever. And she just slumps a little bit lower in the couch, and that's all she does. And I'm like hiding under a TV dinner tray thing, and I'm like, oh my god, she doesn't care. Why isn't she freaking out? There's a guy that's gonna kill us in here.
And
it's the same thing. Exact same, like the big, I don't know why. And it's probably something with my relationship with that particular sister. Like, I feel like maybe she won't.
Right.
I don't think that she would, like, I don't think that in real life.
Right.
That she would just react like.
But your subconscious might, or your
like,
unconscious.
She doesn't care what's happening. She's gonna just keep watching TV and eating
Yeah.
food or something. I don't know.
Like, your subconscious might think that, though, which is weird, because like in my dream, I try to analyze what is the Darth Maul that's chasing me, and by the way, there's being Darth Maul actually does matter, because within a year, I don't know when was it, probably 7 months ago, we watched all of the original Star Wars movies back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not even close to the original. The prequels, the better ones, the prequels.
That's right.
Yeah, so we watched those back to back, and I realized it was a story.
Wait a second, where the fuck's my hat?
I don't know, buddy.
Oh, whatever.
I realized it was a story of Anakin Skywalker, you know? But that's not important. What's important is fucking, what's his name? Darth Maul shows up in the first episode, and he crosses his arms, and I was very inebriated. And so, looking into Darth Maul's eyes, when you have your arms crossed, you're Darth Maul, motherfucker. When I saw that, it was burned into my memory from all those nightmares when I was a kid, and I flashed back in one really hard to explain moment, and it all traced back, and I was like, wow, this guy really is the villain of the movie. I'm ready. And then he gets sliced in half or something. Spoiler alert, but
he does.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were on acid.
Like the acid
That's why it was
kill
like that.
That would maybe kill a chef?
No, not that kind of acid. Well, actually, maybe that kind of acid, because imagine being on a whole bucket of acid and trying to cook food.
You know what's funny? When you were telling me your story, your original dream story, I was vaping, and I was almost laughing, and you can't see it on there, and you can't hear it, but I was just blowing it out of my nose, and it's only coming out of my left nostril.
Whoa! You can totally see that.
So that's
awesome. What did you think of my dream, though? What did you think of the contents?
Why do I think it's happening, or what
I guess so. Like, I'm interested to get feedback, because I'm also...
The walking part is just gotta be like dream shit, because I've had the walking dream. I told you about the tremor dream. I might bring it up in another podcast.
Yeah. Dreams is a good subject.
You know which one I'm talking about, though, right?
Tremors? Or
maybe I'll just fucking tell that story to it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, the one where I get the strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've had the similar... Yeah.
So, in that beginning of that dream, I'm just walking. And so it makes me think that's just like a dream thing. It's like some sort of walking in a unfamiliar place.
Yeah.
It starts making you slightly uneasy. You don't know where the fuck you are exactly. You can't, for some reason... Obviously, since it's all a construct of your brain, you kind of know what's going on, but thinking about it, it doesn't make any sense, and you're like, why?
Isn't that weird? You just go with the gist in dreams.
Kind of cool, also.
It's super cool. It's just like the opposite of this world, but you get to live in it. Isn't that crazy? Like, and You forget about it, but we should talk about it, dreams.
And
often.
then the red sky thing is probably just like, again, just like it's kind of makes you uneasy. I don't know what it could. The red sky's never red in your life so far.
Yeah.
So I don't know why red, but because maybe you saw movies where it's spooky-ish and red.
I also have
Maybe
this
Star Wars.
super obscure dream where I'm sitting in my bedroom at my dad's when I'm like 5 years old. This is like one of my earliest dreams. I'm watching the TV. I'm hanging out with Patrick Hazlitt. Shout out to Patrick Hazlitt. I'm hanging out with him, and we're watching dinosaurs. And he wanted to be
The movie Dinosaurs.
We're watching like a animated movie about.
It's not the movie Dinosaurs?
No, it was like claymation.
Because there is a movie called Dinosaurs. I had some McDonald's toys from it. Go on.
So we were. Okay, I don't know why I need to check that, but we're watching that, and Patrick wanted to be a paleontologist when he was a kid.
What's a paleontologist?
Studies dinosaurs.
Okay, that's why.
And he was like super obsessed with that when he was a kid. And I didn't know what I wanted at that point. I thought I wanted to study Native Americans, but I didn't even
really
know
when you were
about
5 years old.
Yeah,
You thought that?
yeah, but it was more like an idea.
Okay.
But so then the channel on the TV in my dream switches to Native Americans, and then it switches to. Oh fuck! There's a reason I brought up this dream in particular, and it was what happens after that, but I can't remember.
Red sky.
Red sky. It does have to do with that.
You can't remember? How did you remember this dream and then you just
I don't
stop
know.
remembering it?
Okay, what happens after that? Had to do with the red sky. I think I get sucked into the TV somehow, but I don't remember what happens after that, and that kind of sucks. Clip it. No, that's we were just watching clips from that today. Yeah, I might remember it later.
Do you have any other nightmares you can remember?
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's this one in particular that I had when I was about 10. I stopped having nightmares, more or less. I have really realistic emotional nightmares now.
What I was going to say is that it's kind of weird, I guess, probably, but sometimes I kind of go to sleep hoping and praying that I'm going to have a nightmare that night.
Because when you wake up, it feels awesome.
Because I'm like, I'm not in that world. It's like a relief thing, and then also I have a weird memory of something that didn't happen.
Yeah, it is really, yeah.
Go on.
So this one, so I got scared by the Scary Maze game when I was 5 years old. My brother set me up for it.
Exorcist girl.
Yeah, on break.com. And it was, I would say traumatizing because I had nightmares about The Exorcist for like years. But in retrospect, it's pretty funny. But I wouldn't do that to my little brother.
Right.
But anyway, so the one dream I had about her, one of the many dreams, was we're on a playground, and there's this lady, there's this like girl, my age, maybe 5 or 6 or 10.
Or 10, because
I don't know, fucking young.
Doesn't matter.
It's hard, it's all a blur, but maybe 7.
Okay.
So we're all walking around on the playground. She has a hood on and a hat under the hood. Somebody rips down the hood. She's playing around. And somebody steals her hat. And the person who steals her hat runs over to me. And I'm sitting at a really great distance away from the playground, like hundreds of feet.
And they run up really fast?
And they run up really fast and they say, I've got your hat. I've got the girl's hat. And then they hand it to me, and then she turns. And then exactly, you're doing a great.
I imagine there's some hills in this.
Yeah. Oh, no, actually, it's very flat.
Sky's red in this one too, or maybe orangey. The playground's in the distance. You have a zoom in on this, and then it starts zooming out.
I do have a zoom in.
As this girl just.
So I
have the girl's hat.
Yes, exactly. He has the girl's hat, and he gives it to me, and he just kind of disappears. Everybody else disappears. Everyone runs away because they know she's about to turn around. And so my vision once again completely zooms in on her face, and then when she turns, I know that she knows that I have her hat, and then actually at this point everybody else is behind me laughing at her, but I'm at the front of the pack, so she thinks that I'm like the head of the anger or whatever, right? Head of the mob, exactly. And so then she says, give me back my hat. Almost like Ray from Evangelion. And everyone keeps laughing. We have her hat. What a fucking loser. And then she goes, give me back my hat. And then it's like the loudest noise I've ever heard. And I get like disintegrated when I wake up. It's like, it's crazy.
You know, the other night I had, or no, it was a nap. I had exploding head syndrome.
Your head exploded and then you woke up?
It's a weird phenomenon that while you're asleep you hear a loud bang. It's either waking up, going to sleep, or you're just in your sleep. It doesn't fucking matter. You hear a loud bang. So I heard this the loudest bang I've ever heard. And I said, I was like only kind of asleep. Or I was asleep, I guess, but I was still conscious that I was laying in the bed. And I was like, Garth must have knocked something over in the room. And then when I fully woke up.
Like, how, I know you said the loudest sound, but like, how loud?
I'm not going to recreate it, but like a fucking gunshot.
Like, okay, so like a quick sound.
What it sounded like was like Garth fucking knocked something metal off of a top shelf of something and it hit the wood floor really loudly.
Yeah.
I'm like, so when I woke up fully, I looked around and nothing was knocked over. There wasn't anything, and then that's when I said, oh shit. Actually, I didn't even realize that then. I just was like, must be somewhere else. But then,
isn't it possible you heard it in your dream? And in the beginnings of a dream state, for whatever reason, you dream about something.
But there was no other parts of the dream other than just the bang. And yeah, that's the phenomenon. That's like a documented phenomenon.
Okay.
And some people think that it has like health concerns or whatever, but there's they've said no, there's nothing. But it is weird that it happens. But I guess it is kind of like a dream. It's like you're dreaming the noise, but just how loud and how real it is the weird part.
Yeah.
But what
I've had that before, I think too, but I always just dismiss it as soon as I hear it because like usually it's not a real big bang.
Yeah. Well, this was pretty fucking loud. I was like, oh, that's why I just kind of like went back to sleep because I was like,
whatever that is,
I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with whatever is tremendously broken and how much money of damages it cost. So that was that. But what I was gonna say about spooky dreams. Well, you're really vaping over there.
I'm hitting a little vape.
I don't have a lot of nightmares that I can remember, but I will tell.
I have another one.
I'll tell the nightmare that is probably the scariest.
Yeah, okay.
And you know this one too. And it already brings tears to my eyes. It's not like that scary, but it's just like I start talking about it. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
So in the dream, I am in this house with my family, and somebody comes and knocks on the front door, and my mom or my grandma, because it's my mom, my grandma, my sister. I know that for sure. I don't think anyone else is there. And somebody answers the door, and I'm in like the back of the living room, and I can see like the light from the door opening and a person standing there. And then something's happening, and my family's screaming, and the person's fucking killing them. Like, I don't know if they're shooting them, I can't remember that part, or like stabbing them with a knife or whatever. I don't think there was gunshots from what I remember, so knife or something, it doesn't matter. It's a dream, so nothing was happening. But they start getting murdered, and I'm like, I have to get out of the house. So I run out of the house, out the back door, and I run out, and I go down
this... Is the person right behind you at this point?
No.
Usually they are.
I go down this like little retention pond to the other side of it, and I turn back and look at the house, and I'm still hearing screaming from the inside. And I'm like, oh my God, my family is dead, and I can't do anything about it. And this is why the fucking dream is so much scarier, is because the first time I went to my friend Michael's house, as soon as I walked in the house, I was like, this is the house that is in my dream. Like, it's that, and like there's a retention pond just like his, and everything was like, obviously it could have been slightly different, but my brain immediately connected the dots and said, this is the place where your family dies, and you shouldn't be here. Yeah. And so then for a while I thought, I can't ever let that happen. Like, it's like a premonition dream that's going to happen at this house. You can't let your family go here or whatever. He doesn't live there anymore, so there's 0% chance that I'm going to end up in that house ever again.
It's interesting, though.
But
you might have tapped into, I don't know, a different
Another timeline where that has
timeline
happened.
where that has happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
you said it. Yeah,
That's probably the most like jarring dream I've had, just because the fact that something happened in real life that I said, "Oh my god," and it made me always like a little uncomfortable at his house when I went there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he was my friend, but he also was kind of a bully to me. So that's
I've got one more dream. This is a long
Let's
one.
hear it.
I'm gonna try to remember all the facets of it.
okay.
Okay, so, and I'm also going to try to do it quickly because I don't want it to be like a long dream. I'm having a party at my dad's, and it gets out of control. And it's like 2,000 people who show up, and we have to go deeper and deeper into the woods to figure out camping for everybody. And I'm up all night, and the cops come. And then this fucking dude I knew from high school who used to do really shitty DJ work, he's there and like self-promoting, and so he pays with the money that he gets from tips, he pays off the cops, and my dad's there, but my dad's not mad because the cops aren't mad, and it's like, I know, it's a crazy situation. And then fast forward, I'm at my lake house looking out a window. Okay, I'm just looking out the window, and time's going by around me, and it's getting cloudy, it's getting dark. And then I realized the house is haunted. Okay.
Okay.
And that scares me, so I have to leave the house. But as I'm leaving the house, there's this yellow-eyed, weird, black wearing.
Black?
No, he's not black.
He's black?
No. He's a shadowy figure.
Bro, you're racist.
He's a shadowy figure, bro. I'm not trying to say nothing. He's a shadowy figure, though. And he's kind of just like running after me, you know? And then there's the cellar that isn't there in reality. Also, it's flooding. Forgot about that detail. But he's chasing me, and there's a flood. Because there was an actual flood at the lake house. And, like, I knew that, and that's why I dreamed it. But I go down into the cellar, and, yeah, I got away from the yellow-eyed leprechaun thing. But now I'm in this dark cellar alone. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? And I keep walking down the stairs to try to find the end of the stairs. And as I walk for like a minute or two, maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes, I don't know.
Downstairs?
But I'm walking down these stairs, and I keep walking, and it's still dark. And I'm like, I don't know what the point of walking down is anymore, because he's not here anymore. But I'm trying to find light or something. I was like, but I got to keep going down these stairs. And then after a while, these string lights come on in the staircase, and way down, hundreds of feet down the stairs, there's a turn. And so I'm like, okay, well, am I going to keep going deeper into this weird tunnel system that I kind of knew was here, but I didn't know it went down this deep?
Yeah.
Or am I going to go to the top and just wait for something? But obviously it's a dream, so like one's lit up, I'm going to go down the path. So I keep walking down
Big
the stairs.
mistake. In horror movie, this is a big mistake.
Yes, exactly. And then it's like fluorescent lighting in concrete walls.
So you
like,
got down to the turn.
I got to the turn. Sorry, yeah. I walked all the way down to the turn. And then as I come around the turn, I find out that it's like a small compartment room, like maybe 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
So I have to like hunch over and stuff. But then there's smaller staircases and smaller tunnels and smaller chutes that go down in like a spiral staircase kind of way. So I turn a corner and it's more concrete. I turn a corner, it's more concrete. And it's all this very similar fluorescent concrete mixture with no windows or anything. Like, we're way below the earth, and you can like feel the pressure in it. But I'm just keep going down for like a nauseating amount of time. Like I must have been thousands of feet down, but it's the same concrete and in fluorescent lights. You can't tell the depth anymore.
Right.
It's really small. And then, I forgot just one small detail. That's basically the end, is that it just keeps getting smaller and more compact and stuff.
And then fades into obscurity and don't remember the rest.
Yeah, and then, exactly. And then the one of the other details, though, is that when I was walking down the stairs, the turn was, like, at a distance and everything, and then the stairs kept getting narrower and steeper. Mm-hmm. So like I eventually was just falling down the chute.
It's the same. It makes me think of when I've tried to ride a bike in a dream,
Mm-hmm.
at first it's going okay, and then almost immediately I can't keep it up fucking straight.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking down and my bike's going left and right, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I know how to ride a bike. What the fuck's going on?
I also discovered like a pedophile ring in that dream.
The same dream.
Yeah, it was the haunted house part.
Right.
I was like running through the house.
How
and it
old
was,
were you
like,
when you had this dream?
This is recent.
So was this before or after Parasite? Watching the movie Parasite.
This is after, but it was really similar to Parasite.
That's what made me. As soon as you said the
No,
fluorescent
sorry.
concrete.
Sorry, it was before, but it's
Oh.
really similar to
Yeah.
Parasite. It was before Parasite though,
Okay.
definitely, because it was probably 2018.
Okay.
But I didn't fucking steal this plot.
I'm not saying.
Oh, just saying. But like I crawl through a lot of chutes in the house too, and one of the ones I go into is this weird like log cabin, and there's a bunch of bald people standing around a desk, and I just knew it. Like I put it together, and it's hard to explain. Yeah, exactly. Pedophiles doing a pedophile ring, and it was crazy.
That is crazy. That's probably the craziest dream you've told me. That's way more crazy and a lot spookier than the Darth Maul dream to me.
And there's a lot.
I'd say
of
the
things.
little girl one is kind of scary too for me, just because.
Yeah.
The only part that was actually scary to me for the little girl one is the part of the person coming to give you the hat.
That is
because how it played out in my head was she's so far away, it's gonna take her a while to get there, but somehow she's already immediately in front of you, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrifying. But the Darth Maul one is obviously like coming from a younger mind or whatever. Like I was actually scared of a real Darth Maul at that point. Like now, my things I'm scared of I think are different now.
I honestly can't think of any. Like right now, maybe in the future I'll be able to think of some like nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear from other people. We'll set up a way for people to call and leave their voicemails like
about their nightmares.
Yeah, nightmares is what I want to know more about. More than dreams.
Agree.
Dreams are great. We'll do another one on dreams, but nightmares is what we want to.
It's a really good direction for this podcast. So
and
far.
Maybe thinking about the way to say it before you tell us it, because I want to hear it as a good story and not a shit story. So maybe embellish a little bit.
Yeah,
but don't lie.
Yeah,
liars get their hands chopped off.
And it was flooding.
I would like to get better at telling stories without throwing in the details after.
Yeah.
It's really fucking annoying and it makes me angry at myself when I like forget a detail, but I can't not put it in there for some reason.
Yeah, right. Well, you want to know, it's like a footnote almost.
But also the flooding had little to nothing to do with.
No, but it did happen in real life,
yeah.
which is what connected it for me.
Shit, man.
I just feel like all lives, bladder.
Right. PP.
PP.
Yeah, you can pee on anybody of any race, and they all have dreams. You know what's weird?
What?
I'm sure somebody's had dreams where they're a different race.
I've had a dream. I've had a dream like that.
That little white boys and little white girls. And
no.
I mean black. Fuck, I fucked it up.
Whoa. That was a little bit of a weird inhale. Okay, wait.
Go on.
One time I had a dream. It was less of a dream because I wasn't asleep, but it was like I was dreaming. And we were at Grassroots, which is a music festival for all you other people. And I was trying to go to sleep, but I couldn't sleep because of what I had consumed. And I was just, I had my inner conscience.
Chocolate or something?
Yeah, my inner conscience was a black man. It was like the voice of a black man, like a very smooth and very fucking cool voice. But I knew it wasn't my voice.
Right.
And it kind of tripped me out for a bit. But then I eventually was like, whatever this is a very cool force. And I'm just going to let it ride.
Right.
And I was able to fall asleep after that. But it was strange, though, because, like...
he was saying the N-word and you couldn't say it. And he's like, it's all right, Liam, you can say it. And you're like, oh, okay.
It's just like that. No, but the neighboring tent was up all night doing acid, and so they were like babbling. That also made it hard to fall asleep.
You can't fall asleep when you're on acid, right?
Yeah, right.
Or it's like hard to.
Yeah.
People obviously do it because some people can't. At a certain point, if you were high all the time, you'd have to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's what blows my mind. There are some artists from the 60s who were literally always on acid. And they did sleep at some points. But it's like, it kills your brain because it's like tripping's like a temporary state of psychosis.
Right.
And psychosis kills the brain if it's untreated. So if you're always on psychedelics, you're always in full-blown psychosis, which is
shit, man.
pretty crazy.
Oh,
It's
shit.
Fun and all.
I think I'm drunk.
No.
I really feel drunk. Maybe it's because I'm also tired.
I'll drink your drink.
No, I'll drink the rest of my drink, I think.
I can get us a bottle.
What's that from? What are you talking about?
Norm MacDonald.
I don't remember that joke. Would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, I'd love to. He just says...
Big Norm MacDonald fans in this room.
Yeah, a big Norm MacDonald fan. I heard you watching a video of his the other day, and I recognized which compilation it was.
Yeah.
It was like in the other room. Let's see. Oh, I think I'm going to butcher it, though. I don't know. He just
Let's
says...
hear how funny you say it, funny man.
Well, he's just saying that, what's the point of hitting on girls, or he doesn't know how to hit on girls. And his tried and true method is to walk up behind him in a bar and say, I can get us a bottle.
Yeah, you did butcher it.
Do you remember that one?
No.
Oh.
I just know that it was funnier when he said it.
Everything's funny when he says it. You can read the telephone book and it would be the telephone book. Is that what it's called? The telephone book?
Address book? No, your telephone book, yeah. They don't. Do they have those anymore?
Remember those?
Yeah,
Those
of
are
course I
gonna
remember those.
Right, but like when we are older,
Like 20.
we're gonna be describing those things to people.
Like 20 for the second time
Yeah.
in our next life.
Oh my God, I'm not 20 anymore. That's pretty rough.
That is crazy, man.
I'm getting old.
Not as old as me. And you know what's crazy?
What?
You'll never be as old as I am.
Never.
Unless I die.
I thought I could get older
you can
than
get
my
older than me.
cousin when I was a kid. I was like, oh, one day I'm gonna be older than her. I'm gonna age fast.
I wanted to marry my mom when I was a kid.
Everybody did, didn't they?
I don't know. I didn't know whether that was weird.
No, I don't. I think that's a pretty common.
But then after that, I wanted a
Subconscious
wife that had purple eyes. So,
Not many of those, buddy.
unfortunately, there's 0 of those. There's people who say they have purple eyes, but it's really just blue.
That's kind of racist.
Oh, fuck. Whoa.
I think it's time
Holy
to
shit.
take a break and come back.
Yeah.
Let's do
really
the thumbs down, thumbs up segment of the show.
Okay.
You said for me to stop doing that where I said, let's do this segment of the show. But
I did tell you. Well, I didn't say let's do, because you just brought up the idea for the first time right now. I don't have a problem with that.
okay.
I just don't like when you say, and that concludes the whatever segment of the show, and now for this portion of the podcast, we will play this. Right?
So talking like that,
yeah, it's like
that's a down vote.
That's like too much. It's like fake structure.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, but bananas.
It's close for me though, but I'm giving it this.
Yeah.
Okay, figs. But I like Fig Newtons.
Yeah, I like Fig Newtons.
They're too. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Aloe water.
Coconut water.
I still don't like coconut
Oh,
water.
goddamn.
Okay. Coconut. Sorry, almond milk. I had a feeling.
For the audio listeners.
Oh yeah, shit. We should have been saying.
Please watch our podcast in video for this one.
I'll tell you. I'll try to tell you from now on. Though.
We could say thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's go back to the ones that we said so far.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. That's hilarious. Okay.
Garlic bread.
Garlic bread. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up from both of us.
Yeah, that's two. That's 2 thumbs up. Okay. Meatloaf.
Thumbs down.
2 thumbs down.
Well, actually, no, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
All right, that's 1 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. The thumbs up is from Liam. This is for the audio listeners only. To close your eyes.
Okay. Fans as white noise. Fans used as white noise when you're sleeping.
This is weird. I guess I'm gonna just say thumbs up.
Thumbs down from me.
I don't need noise.
I don't need noise either, and I don't like noise.
I don't
like
mind
silence.
repetitive noise. I don't like Jersey Shore.
Yeah, dude, Jersey Shore is the opposite of silence.
Yes,
That's so loud and
yes,
obnoxious.
abrasive, and like I'm like, what the hell's going on in the TV show? I need to wake up and watch it.
Exactly.
So,
Jersey Shore though.
I thought I just
Thumbs. Sorry, but
Jersey Shore. Thumbs up.
thumbs up. Yeah.
What wasn't the last question? Did you just do 2 questions in a row?
Probably. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
You did yours.
Oh, crap. I keep thinking this is the vape, but this is the vape.
You can hit the microphone.
Hit the microphone. Don't do it. I'm sorry, audio listeners. I'm sorry, video listeners, because you still have to listen. And down with that bad one.
Dude, I just thought I saw an oyster over there, but it's actually a light bulb.
Yeah. I can see where he's coming from. He's not tripping too hard off the cocaine. Hold on. When I have the
Wait, but
sunglasses...
what is that really?
What, next to the lamp?
I don't know.
Bro, what are you talking about? You mean the hat? Shit, man.
Jesus Christ, all my hair went into my eye there.
That was very funny. That was a funny segment.
Thanks, man. Fist bumping in 2020.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs
I
up.
thought we were done with that part of the segment, you jackass. You guys want to hear me talk about the fucking art again?
Okay.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
That was a joke.
Sorry,
It's
dude.
pretty funny.
Yeah, I
Agree or
heard about funny
disagree?
one time.
Funny bone. Let's hear it.
What?
You heard about funny one time, right?
Heard about the
Let's
idea
hear
of
it.
something funny one time.
Let's hear it.
Someone described it as something that makes you laugh.
That's a knee slapper for you audio listeners. Oh, shit, man. Podcast. Hey, I didn't say. I was going to save this, and I'm not sure. I forgot we didn't record it when we were talking like we were on a podcast, but we weren't really recording.
I remember that.
What we needed to say is that we're considering all episodes right now and then in the near future to be open beta of our podcast.
Indeed.
Yep, that's all I got.
Because, yeah, exactly. We're trying to get it all down.
Figure it out.
Switching up the set.
Switching up how we're doing it with a guideline, without a guideline, free form, without the Coke, or with the Coke, with the Diet Coke, without the Diet Coke.
Exactly.
Yeah. Heroin, no heroin. Jumper, no jumper.
Suicide.
No suicide.
Homicide.
Oh shit! I'm about to need a mic up in this bitch. I'm about to go
Let's do an end of podcast freestyle.
Yeah.
Bet, man. I'm not worried.
Worried. Say it kind of weird, like Michael Murray. Michael Murray. Steve
Irwin.
Stabbed
Shot
in
by
the
motherfucking Merlin.
the Wizard. We need a beat, man. What the fuck? I'm spitting hot flame over here.
Hot beat, fire beat,
Baby,
type beat.
Remember when I was talking about that guy?
No. They call this fire.
Is this recording again?
Yes, sir.
What's this one called?
Freestyle type beat, fire. Free
Yeah,
type,
yeah.
trap type beat, freestyle instrumental fast.
Yo.
It's called fast.
Yo. This one fast. I can't last. In bed. Oh, you're trying to cover the sound. I thought there was boobs on the screen. I thought I liked what I seen. Ooh, what? Oh, I like that part. I be looking round, looking clean. I look at Liam and what do I see?
What do I see?
A crazy motherfucker about 6'3".
6'3". 6'3".
I don't remember the things I said in this motherfucking song, but I got one thing to say. Can you sing along?
Sing loud. Sing loud. Sing loud. Sing loud.
I got a motherfucking chain in my room. I like to smoke kush and I like to smoke doom. Doom is good. It's good. That cocaina. That cocaina make me go. Oh shit. That was kind of me letting the beat ride. Like, it made me go. You know? Because I felt like the beat kind of dropped. But here we go. Verse 8. Verse 2. What's up? Verse 2. I'm here and blue. I got a sad face on my skin. Look like this. Sad for you audio listeners. Listen to this podcast. Listen to my blisters on my toes popping. When my girlfriend walks in, I go off the beat like the fucking cat did. I like to have fun and I like to look around and I like to see what's brown and say that's my favorite color. Liam on the front porch talking about colors. I'm like, I don't got a favorite color. He like bother me with that information. I am not afraid of you. I'll say that your favorite color is the color poo. You look a beat's over, but I was going in. I was really doing that.
Keep it going
there. You want to try to do your freestyle or no?
Oh God, yeah.
All right. I feel like I did really good.
We can cut it out if not.
Me?
No, for me. No, yours was epic.
Yeah,
Yours was a fucking crazy epic.
Yeah, that was really
Like, oh, we gotta let the beat ride. It's fucking with my psyche.
Could I just set this on the table or do you think I'd reverb?
Yeah, you could, definitely. I was holding it for a fact.
Oh, I'll hold it for a fact. I can do that. Yo! Little guy and big guy.
What's this one called?
Freestyle type beat. Fire. Mine had like a Muppet on it. Yours has a fire. Oh shit. What?
I see that on the screen, that's a fire. I'm spitting fire.
What?
I see that on the screen, that's a fire.
Say, huh?
Liar, liar. Plans for hire.
What?
What's happening here in the today? Was it yesterday? I don't know. Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Or the day after that?
Oh, what?
If I don't...
You so good.
Ooh, if I don't... Ooh,
If I don't.
if I don't... if I don't shower, I'll be there in an hour.
Woo!
If it takes longer than that, I stop to look at the flowers.
Shower.
Nice day. Nice day, all day. Nice day, I'm feeling gay, I'm feeling straight. I'm looking at the hay, I'm going through the day. But then I stop. And I drop. Flop on the ground. I think there's some ground beef on the floor, that's a hound. He stood up to me, looked at the beat, looked at my feet. He said, damn, those are leaves.
Woo!
I said, that's not true.
What?
I don't wear shoes unless they're blue.
What? Oh, they're blue. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You want me to go in for a third verse?
Third verse.
Back on the beat. Listening to me? I think it's gonna go one more time. Isn't it? It looks like there's enough time for another.
Sad type beat, endless. Ooh.
Oh, here I'm back, don't need a new beat. Same beat, same meat on the same street. That's Holly. Street in Binghamton, New York. I almost said Florida. I used to live in Florida. Now I live in New York. Looking like a New York. What's that mean? New work. I don't know. New Jersey. I am there. I am looking at Snooki in the pussy. I'm going to talk to her, but from the wrong side of her body. Say, what's up? She like, what? What? My face up here. Say, what? What? So I'm here. And I got something to say. Is this beat gonna go on all fucking day? I ain't got time to listen to a beat. I'm on the new beat and I got new sheets from IKEA. I look at ya. I think it might be about time to stop this rap song.
Oh, that's epic.
My third verse wasn't as good as the other ones, but it was still pretty good.
Oh yeah, we got some crazy freaks. We're gonna have to, if we cut this down, we're gonna have like the gold. Like we got some gold freestyles and stuff.
Should we say
Officially sign off?
We can cut that but it is. Of course. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for and that's it. 2 thumbs up.
Hey man, what if we did like oh wait, it's over.
Yeah.